Balancing your running and lifting can be a challenge if you're doing it wrong. But after training for a 100-mile race and putting on over 30 pounds of mostly muscle in 3 years, I've created a 4-pillar strategy to help you balance your running and lifting to ensure you gain stamina and strength. Good morning, and we are out here on an 8-mile easy run, which actually I guess is technically my long run because I am not in a training prep right now. But picking a priority is such an important part in balancing your running and lifting because it's really hard, especially the deeper you get into your fitness journey, to make meaningful progress in both running and lifting at the same time. And saying, ooh, this is a strength-focused season when I'm not in race prep is extremely powerful, because just like everything else, if everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. When you say I'm prioritizing strength over running or running over strength, this allows you to plan your workouts accordingly and really see what needs to be done and when. For example, when I was doing 70+ mile weeks during 100-mile training, I was okay that my strength gains were staying stable because I knew when I got out of prep, I would be able to hold on to a lot of this running fitness I had gained and gain a ton of muscle in the off season. Alrighty, 8 miles are complete, and right now I'm only doing about 15 miles a week because I just got off that 100-mile race prep and I wanted to put on a little bit more size and strength. And because I'm deprioritizing running and prioritizing strength training, I am gaining so much strength so quickly. When 2 months ago I could hit 205 for 5 or 6, now I'm hitting 225 for 5 or 6, and it's simply because I deprioritized that running and I prioritized that strength training. So I'm gonna ask you, what are your priorities right now? List them out clearly in your brain, because if you can say that you want to gain more stamina or gain more strength or try and gain maybe a little bit of both at the same time, that is such a powerful place to actually make progress. Okay, so sitting in front of me here is my easy to make overnight oatmeal. Love it. And I'm eating this meal after my run for a specific reason, because eating properly, especially while trying to gain stamina and strength, even though right now I'm in a strength focused season, is such an important piece to making those adaptations, because underfueling will just lead to being more injury prone, less energy, screwed up hormones. But instead, making sure to eat the right things at the right times will lead to those inverse effects of better hormones, more strength, more stamina, and overall just more adaptation for strength and stamina that you're looking for. When you're trying to gain strength and stamina, your diet should focus around 2 simple things. Step 1, eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I personally eat this amount of protein no matter if I'm in a heavy strength focus season or running season, because it helps me hold on and continue to gain muscle mass. Best meal ever. And step 2, eat carbs before all your workouts and after your runs. If I had to make this as simple as possible, just making sure your body has enough carbs in your system will allow you to produce as much training stimulus as possible, forcing the most out of each training session. Alright, so we just made it to the gym. First exercise, we got incline bench press. I'm excited. But consistency is something that I thrive in, and I have been thriving for 2, 3, 4 years now. And training for my 100-mile race and staying consistent into the gym for the 4 years that I've been doing it, I have learned a bunch of tips, tricks, and practices that I follow that essentially keep me consistent and give me the ability to rarely miss a workout. If you want to build consistency, try these simple tips. Tip 1, make a plan for your workouts. Making a weekly schedule allows you to know what to hit on each day, so it takes out a lot of that friction. Gotta love chest and back day, baby. Tip 2, work out at the same time each day. Building a consistent workout time into your daily routine trains your brain so your mind can expect when you need to exercise. Tip 3, understanding that missing 1 day because you decided to negotiate with yourself now becomes the standard. So if you want to make real progress, that I'm just gonna skip today mindset can't happen. Gym complete. Solid workout, hit chest and back. I enjoy that day a lot, but probably the most important piece of building muscle and balancing your running and lifting and building stamina is, yes, the nutrition, the actual working out itself, but without that consistency that goes along with it, you will not make any progress towards any of your goals, because the one who endures through the process is the one who's actually going to make the progress. How hard should you train when trying to put on some muscle and gain some stamina? And it's honestly not as much as you might think. I'm doing 5 lifts a week, 10 to 15 miles a week with 2 jiu-jitsu training sessions, and I'm gaining an absurd amount of strength during this time period because I'm locking in my diet and all these other aspects of training. So as long as when you are in these training sessions, you are dialed and you are working hard, making progress towards gaining stamina and strength is definitely not out of reach. When you're trying to figure out how often or how hard you should train, ask yourself this one question: what is my specific goal? And once you answer that question, whether it's to run 100 miles, gain 10 pounds of muscle, or any other concrete goal, you can think, well, if I want to gain 5 pounds of muscle, I'm going to increase strength training sessions to 5 times per week and start listening to podcasts on how to strength train. Or if you want to run sub 3 in the marathon, start increasing mileage slowly and listen to podcasts on how to run a faster marathon. Training intensity will come with time, but the most important principle is just slowly increasing volume, which will then work you towards your desired outcome. Training just to train every day is essentially pointless, but it's the traits that it breeds inside of me, which is the reasons why I continue to do it. It definitely makes me feel better mentally, physically, emotionally, gives me more energy, specifically when I am doing a lot of running, which I'm not doing that much right now. But finding that balance of running and lifting, I think, is probably the strongest balance for mental health, physical health, and will produce a lot of amazing characteristics inside of you that can help you achieve other things that both you and God want you to achieve. Balancing your running and lifting can be extremely challenging, but just to recap and keep it simple, as long as you pick your specific workout priority, make sure to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight and surround your workouts with loads of carbs, stay consistent by making a weekly workout schedule and train at the same time each day, and slowly increase training load to reach your desired goal, you will be right on your way to gaining strength and stamina and becoming the absolute physical beast you've been dreaming about growing into. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you feel like you learned anything from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to spread out the mission of health and fitness to as many people as possible. And if you're interested to see if running, specifically ultra marathon running, is good or bad for you, make sure to check out that video right there. Yep, that's all I got, beasts. All right, keep grinding out there. Love y'all.